Right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see behind me, it is finally up. It's taken a long while and a lot of people to help, so thanks everyone that's helped putting it up. So I've started to put stuff in the greenhouse. I've put half my carnivorous plant collection in there. The rest is just kind of scattered around the garden still. I've put the majority of the seedlings from indoors in there, which I'll show you, which have grown a lot. And I've just been potting up my dahlias into like bigger pots. Well, putting them up into pots because I haven't pot them up yet. And I think I've left it a little bit late, but I think it'll be all right. They're starting to shoot, so I'll show you that. I don't know what you can see, but in front of the greenhouse here is going to be the vegetable patch here. But it's like a work in progress because it's on a hill. So I need to get some like retaining. I want to build a raised bed, sort of like, it'll be a half raised bed because at the back it's going to stay level where it is, and then coming forward it's going to come up. I'll try and show you quickly. So, bit of a mess, but yeah, that's going to be the vegetable patch, and it will come all the way to about, yeah, just past where that great pot is, so about there. So it's going to be pretty big. That's the plan. Oh, I've already planted my potatoes there, so the plan is in action. Okay, right, I'm gonna go into the greenhouse and show you guys what's going on in there. My potatoes are just starting to come up, and it's like that whole row here. There we go, Maris pipers. There's a lot of weeds in this part of the, I was gonna say this part of the garden. There's a lot of weeds everywhere, but they will just need to be pulled out. The only problem with a lot of these is that they're perennial weeds because this was all just a lawn. But that's all right, I'll work through it. So let me try and come back a bit. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing for the floor, because at the moment this is just chalk, which is like, look, here we go, you can see it perfectly. So that's how much soil my garden has, and then it's just chalk directly underneath it. So definitely going to be a challenge, but whew, right, okay. Yeah, so this is the greenhouse. It has 2 windows at the top. I'll open that actually because it's getting hot in here. 26 degrees at the moment. Okay, right, over here, I'll start over here. This is everything I've been growing from seed. This was all the stuff that was indoors. So my marigolds, they're actually starting to flower, and I was going to start picking them off. With the majority of them, I did pick off the flowers because 1, I didn't want them flowering indoors, and 2, I wanted them to branch out a bit more. And they've been out here for about 3 or 4 days. It's got to be like 3 days actually. I don't know, but, and they've greened up so much. They were a lot more like pale yellow before, and they're really enjoying it a lot more out here. Here I've got the alyssum and the Verbena bonariensis over there, which is all doing really well. The alyssum's flowering. I'm pretty sure these will flower again later, like after they're finished flowering. I know they're ephemerals, so they can go to seed and germinate and then flower again in the same year, I'm pretty sure. So I think they've just spread. I've got loads of cineraria here that I've grown from seed. It's just starting to colour up. Yeah, and that's looking really good. I went to the garden centre and they were selling like 6 of these for, it was like £3 or £2.99 or something. That's the same price. And they're so easy to grow from seed. And as you can see here, I've sown 1 million. So I'm glad I didn't spend any money on buying any. All right, these garlic, I didn't write down what variety it is, but yeah, just garlic. They're coming up all right. They're going to be growing in the vegetable bed once I've got it a bit better established. Over here, this is spinach. This I sowed directly outside. Oh, there's a stinging nettle coming up there. I sowed these directly outside, and they've come up really well. They're doing all right. They're going a bit yellow, but I probably just need to fertilize them. I've noticed that this compost I'm using is really seems to be really low in nutrients because a lot of the plants are turning yellow before very long. But yeah, the spinach there. This is my Echium pinnatum. I don't know what that says. Pin something. My Magus. They're looking a bit straggly, but I'm just gonna kind of see what happens. I bought this Hawk's Head fuchsia because I want to plant that out the front. I'll probably give it a chop so that it bushes out a bit more. Okay, these are my sweet peppers. This is Patio Sweetie Pie. They're looking pretty good. I was a bit worried that the cold nights might make them turn a bit yellow, which it kind of has, but the weather is forecast to be pretty warm moving forward, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And they're looking pretty good. Oh, there's 2 more there as well. Then we've got some dwarf sunflowers. These are, I'm pretty sure these are like black sunflowers, I think, from memory. Then I've got a couple of tomatoes. This is Gardener's Delight. Then out behind here, I went to Wisley the other day and I bought 2 little pumpkins. These are Jilby Little, and I remember when I was younger I grew some that were called Jacoby Little, and they looked exactly the same, so I'm not really sure about the name change, but there's 2 of those. That was £2.50 for both of them, so it wasn't too bad. Whew, it is hot in here. Okay, right, next up, I actually bought these seedlings. These are cauliflowers, $2.99 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, it's not too bad. I did sow some seeds, but they haven't come up, so that was why I bought some, just to, because I really wanted to grow them. I'll probably move these outside of the greenhouse, to be honest, because they're probably going to get a bit too hot in here. They don't like to be too hot as far as I'm aware, otherwise they bolt. Got some black-eyed Susan here, oh, that one's actually starting to flower. Thunbergia, I think I remembered the name. More black-eyed Susan there. They look like they're doing all right. I mean, they just kind of need to be planted out and stuck up a trellis, and then they'll be loving their lives. Begonia Griffin. I've got 2 of those that are out here, and they seem to be growing pretty well. Like, the new leaves coming through are so much redder and nicer than the ones that were coming indoors that were a lot more yellow and not so sun stressed. So they're doing good. There's 2 of those. I did order more of those online. I think they're supposed to be coming this month, so that'd be good because I want to use them as bedding plants out the front. Not in the ground, but in like terracotta pots and stuff. I thought it looked really cool. Then I've got, you'll remember these were tiny last time you saw them. These are all my coleus, looking really, really cool. I'm actually going to plant out a couple of these today into some of these pots. These pots or that pot over there. And then my tagetes are looking very sun stressed, but it's just the transition from them going from indoors to outdoors, even though they were under my grow light indoors. But I might plant out a couple of those today as well in these pots, because these containers here I've put dahlias in. There you go, you can see. So that is Dahlia Obsidian and Dahlia Bishop of Oxford. I've just put 2 in each one so that we get a mix of flowers. This pot is, I think, a bit too small. I think it's going to dry out quite quickly, so I may end up changing that, but for now it's going to be all right, just to get the dahlias started. And then there's more Bishop of Oxford in there. Oh, that one's just Obsidian, that one's just Bishop of Oxford. Oh, I thought I planted 2 in there. Maybe I just didn't write it on the label. Okay, yes, there's that. Then over here I've got 2 glass panes left over. My potatoes, these are the same potatoes that are outside. I just had a lot of extras and I didn't want to throw them away. That's weird. There's like a perennial thistle weed coming up, and this, I'm pretty sure I only used compost in here. I didn't add anything else, but anyway, yeah, the potatoes are coming up pretty good. I just need to remember to keep them a lot more watered this year. Last time I grew potatoes, I didn't water them very often, and the potatoes just grew tiny and not very many. My partner's growing some nasturtiums, and I need to look after these a bit better because That one ain't looking too fresh, but these are doing really well. Nice variegated ones, it's really cool. Okay, it is so hot in here. Well, it's only gone up by 1 degree. Right, I've got some of my coniferous plants. So these are my drosteras at the back, and then a lot of my fly traps. And I did pot up a lot of these because they needed potting up. They were like sinking too deep in the peat and stuff. So yeah, just a quick overview. None of them are looking that good at the moment because I've only just put them in the greenhouse like a few days ago. I did actually get a new one the other day. This is a new Wacky Traps. I already have a Wacky Traps, which I think, yeah, is there. But as you can see, it's not looking too sharp, so. And then I've got lots of Filiformis, which are starting to look pretty good. And then that is my Hybrida Cross Intermedia, which are looking well cute. And then that is a mismatch of not much. And then little Pinguicula grandiflora, I think that's right, yeah. Jeez, I'm sweating. Right, more tomatoes here. This is plum tomato, Roma. Yeah, they're looking very dry. Let me put those in an inconvenient space so that I remember I need to water them. I've got some mint here, which could probably go out in the garden, and that needs watering as well. Although it's quite heavy actually. Some more fly traps. These are all just bristle teeth, apart from the ones that don't have bristle teeth. I'm not sure what varieties these are. They may be UK2s. And then I've got a really nice green purpurea, which has got some new traps coming up. I love that one. I really like that one. I might actually put that in a nicer display rather than having it on its own. Whew, okay, right, let's make this quick because I need to get out of here. My beetroots are finally coming up, and my carrots are coming up very, very sparsely. My spring onions are coming up. I've got a couple of kale and broccoli coming up, but this has just been so slow. I accidentally let these dry out a lot without realizing, and I think that's kind of, well, it's obviously meant that the seeds ain't coming up too well. And because they weren't coming up, I actually sowed a whole tray of beetroot again, so we can have a lot of beetroots. Then that I sowed the other day, that tray is just wildflowers. Oh my god, I'm hot. Right, I'm just gonna put up a few more of my dahlias. I mean, I've got 2 more. I think a Bishop, yeah, Bishop of Oxford. They then gave me like an entire bag of 3 dahlias, just mixed varieties. What does it say? Yeah, just, yeah, decorative mix. I have no idea what to do with them. I might just, I don't really know. I just use them as like fillers in beds and stuff. This dahlia, it's got one tiny little growth coming up. I really should have planted these out a lot sooner. They're gonna be fine, but they could have been they could have been like this tall by now. But that's okay. Okay, and then this one, oh, nice chunky. Oh, this one's got 2 growth points. Cool, okay, right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant those in the center, and then I think around it I'm gonna put some, maybe a couple of coleus and then a couple of tagetes or tagetes, just so that I've got some of them in pots, because I'm not entirely sure where I want them to go yet. The plan was just to have them out front, because I want to do like a subtropical sort of area in the front. I'll probably end up keeping some of them out the back as well, but I don't really know what's going on with the back right now. Okay. I'm just going to cover them slightly because they'll push straight up through, especially now that it's a lot warmer in the greenhouse. I'm not worried about burying them, just a little bit. I just don't want them to be too close to the surface because they will dry out a lot quicker. Okay, push down. gently. I've got a lot more variety. I've got a lot more seeds indoors as well that are not coming out just yet, but I've got different varieties of pumpkins. I've got a warty pumpkin, which I saw the seeds of it a while ago and I bought them. I just couldn't give in. I mean, I did give in, I couldn't miss them. I'll have to insert a picture or something because they just look so cool. I sent a picture to my brother and asked if he wanted any, but he said they were ugly, so I just think they're going to be really cool for decorations at Halloween. We're also growing the miniature pumpkins, and we've got long pie pumpkins. What else? There was another type of pumpkin, I'm pretty sure. But so I think the plan for this year, to use up all the space in the garden, we're going to plant a lot of pumpkins, especially out the front, because the changes to the garden are going to be pretty slow. So I thought we might as well just try and grow pumpkins everywhere, because that'd be really cool, and I've always wanted to do something like that. I just think that'd be really cool. Right, okay, some tagettes. So I've grown tagettes once before, and they're quite bushy, but they also like kind of flop over a little bit. So they're like trailing bushy, but not really trailing. So I'm gonna keep these quite close to the edge. I might only plant 2. It's probably gonna look really naff, but I don't want to overfill this container because 1, it will dry out too quickly, and 2, the dahlia is going to get really big, so it's probably going to outshadow some of the plants that I put in here, so I'm not going to put too much in. Okay, and then a couple of coleus. These are really cool. I don't think they're enjoying the like hot sun in this greenhouse because the colour has slightly faded. This is gonna look so pants, but for now it's gonna look really cool once it's growing. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep these in the greenhouse growing for another definitely at least three or 4 weeks maybe, and then they'll go out once it is very warm outside. I don't think we're going to be forecast any more frosts for the rest of the year. I think we're pretty safe, but I'll keep them in here just so they grow a bit quicker, because the heat is going to really promote them to grow quicker. Right, that looks terrible, I understand that, but once the dahlia comes up and it fills out, it's going to be lovely. Ooh, okay, I think I'm probably going to leave it there. Right, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update, show you around, and I really want to try and get some benches in here soon. I've got the pallets to do the benches, I just don't have any wood to do the legs, so I need to figure something out about that. But once there's a bench in here, it's going to be a lot more practical, and that'll be really cool. It'll be a lot easier to just, in my mind, it'll be a lot easier to do videos with that, even though it doesn't really change anything. But yeah, I'm excited to show you how everything goes. I've just got a lot of work to do. And being an adult is not as like, you don't get as much free time as you think you will. Cool, right. I hope you guys are all very well, and I haven't been on here very much recently, but it's just been busy. So I'm gonna try and come back. Well, I'm not gonna even say that because I hate when people say that. I am gonna continue to upload in every week. I'm gonna, so don't worry. It may not be every Sunday, but it's gonna be once a week. It will be. Oh yeah, I'll do it every Sunday. Apart from this one, I might try and post this today. Anyway, right, yeah, okay, I realised I didn't show you the rest of the carnivorous plants, and I've got a lot more plants that way. I've got like my blueberries, I've got like 30 strawberry plants. I've got my bananas are actually coming up. They're about that tall, because they did die down completely, because the frost was, well, it wasn't the frost's fault, it was my fault, I didn't wrap them. And yeah, there's a lot of other stuff out there. But I'll do a different video for that sort of stuff. And then, yeah, I feel like my brain has baked in this greenhouse. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around and being patient. Yeah, and I'll definitely update you guys. now that I've got my new greenhouse, I want to do at least one greenhouse update every month. I think once a month is enough, but let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you may not be interested in the greenhouse stuff, but I am. So I'm gonna keep doing it because it's gonna be really cool. And yeah, okay, right. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.